Oh, what is up the internets? It's the legendary Josh Wolf, as seen on the internet, sponsored by Track.js. I'm here with another amazing video to show you something great, tremendous even, in Minecraft. Coding in Minecraft and JavaScript using Magikcraft. I've got this great idea. I'm going to create a new library with a Fluent API to replace iterators, because iterators are of the devil. Okay, new repository. Let me show you how easy it is to code in Minecraft using Magikcraft. So we're going to call this one Magikcraft Do. Law Do, something like that. I'm going to call it Magikcraft Law Do. Okay, an iterator the way the gods intended, like this. Okay, make it public, initialize with readme. We're going to add a get ignore for hello. Nothing happening there. License, none. Get ignore, none. I don't even have the rest of the page. Okay, this internet is running very slow. I'm going to switch to my phone. I live in an apartment building in South Brisbane, Australia, and our internet is not necessarily the fastest in the particular building that I live in. It's actually a bit slow throughout the whole country. Mobile net, Delt internet. Delt internet, kun Bluetooth og USB. There we go. Josh Wolf's iPhone. Connect to the network. Turn off the Wi-Fi. Okay. Now I'm going to copy. Which one? We'll copy them both. I'll do it like this: X space V, Control C, Control R, or Command R, because I'm using a Mac. Okay. Create a new repository. Okay, so paste that back in there. Take this one. Command X, Command V, public, initialize. We're going to add a get ignore for node. License. Let's go with the MIT license. Create the repository. Okay, it's done. There it is. Clone or download. Open in desktop. Let's do it in here. The GitHub desktop is opening up. What do you want to do? Let's put it in my Minecraft directory. Magikcraft law do cloned. Okay, great. Let's drop this thing down. Pull this one up. Close that. Okay, file. New window. This is Visual Studio Code. Such a great IDE written in JavaScript. Okay, so file, open. Now I'm going to open this one that I just created. So it's in Minecraft. Magikcraft law do. There it is. Great. Open. Okay. Here we go. Let's start coding. So open my terminal. Now I'm going to go yarn add Magikcraft --dev, because I only need it when I'm developing. Magikcraft.io. TypeScript at 2.4. What else? Jest, because I should write some tests. And Jest. Do I need anything else? I might do, but I'll get it later. Okay, so it's going to install all the things for me. Oh, I didn't do npm init. Hang on, let me do this first. npm init. I'm going to make it into an npm package. Magikcraft law do version 1 description. Iterators the way the gods intended. No side effects. Entry point. We're going to call the entry point dst index.js. Test command, Jest. Get repository is good. Keywords, Magikcraft, Minecraft, law, JavaScript. Cool. Author. Oh, I'll just go like this. No, we'll do it like this. The legendary Josh Wolf. Now I can't use the normal symbols as seen on the internet. So I can't use that, for example. That's cool, because it doesn't work properly. MIT, is that okay? Yes. Okay, we're done. So now I go yarn add dev, add all these packages. Magikcraft.io gives me the Magikcraft types. TypeScript at 2.4, Jest and Jest. Dun dun dun. Okay, here we go. Linking the dependencies. Great. Okay, cool. Going to make a directory called dist, and I'm going to make a directory called source, and I'm going to run tsc init to turn this into a TypeScript project. In my TSC here, I just go through and I say out directory is going to be DST. Root directory is going to be src. And types. Let's go down to types in here. And I put in Magikcraft.io. Okay, Elm style. Boom, fixed it. And that should be in those. Save. Okay, let's start the coding. So in source, I'm going to create a new one called index.ts. That's good. Now in here, I should be able to go Magikcraft. Save it. Save. Okay, automatic type acquisition might still be happening. Node modules. It's Magikcraft.io in here. Dun dun dun. Magikcraft.io. Okay, cool. So the Magikcraft types are in there. Now I'm going to do export a function which is called do, and it takes. Should I make it take a number or another function? Well, let's try it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this function do that does this. It goes do, like this, 10, oh yeah, like this, times, and then, you know, whatever my function is that it's going to do, something, and then delay and take a number. So that's a delay between each iteration. It's kind of a Fluent API. So this function do, export function do number, now it's going to return an object times, so I should return an object that has a property called times, which is a function, and that function takes another function, yep, okay, and that function should be a function that can return any. Now maybe it should take an I iterator, which is a number. We'll call it iteration, like that. Okay, times is a function that takes a function parameter, and that function should be a function that takes an iterator, an optional iterator, and can return any or void. I think any might imply void, but that's okay. Okay, so it takes this, it's this function here, takes your function. So I've got your function now in scope, and so I'm going to do the number of times format. A bit meta thinking here. Export function, return, okay, this thing's broken it here. Make this whole thing a comment, and then reformat again. Okay, great. Identifier expected, export function. Doesn't like this for some reason. Do this. Still not liking it. What is it about this it doesn't like? Export constants. Oh, do must be a reserved word. Oh. That's why. It is. Ha! Okay, maybe we'll make it a capital D then. Like that. Do. Yeah, okay, I have to make it a capital. Okay, so do this number of times. So I've got the function now. I'm in my function here. So I have a number and I have the function. Maybe I should use an iterator in here for let n equal 0, n is less than number. No, ooh, it's a reserved word as well. So we should call this times. Iterations, like that. So n is less than the number of iterations that we want to do. Could call it number of iterations maybe, whatever. And then we're going to increment that by 1 each time. Now in here I should go Magikcraft.io.set timeout. Why can it not see Magikcraft? Let's have a look. Let's try this. Run TSC, what happens? Failed to parse, unexpected token, in position, whew, that's pretty long. tsconfig JSON, that's why I've broken this. Probably because it should not have that. Okay, great. Let's try it again. Okay, great, that worked. Okay, let's go back here. This probably give me a Here we go. Expected 2 arguments. Takes a callback and a delay. So our callback is going to be, well, we could do this. It's going to be the function, and we're going to pass in n, and the amount of delay is n multiplied by okay, so delay. Okay, so I actually need to return the delay object. No, do returns the times object. The times object should return a delay object. Okay. So it takes that. Yep. And so here it should return another object, which has a delay method. Okay, return that. It's a function that takes a delay, which is a number. So in that case, we might give it a start method as well. So you go like this, start. Cool. Okay, so delay returns another object, which has a start method. Probably I should refactor this code into separate functions to not have this nesting. I'll do that in a second. So it returns the start method, which is a function that will actually do this. In that case, probably can't refactor them because I need the scope, the closure that's created by having, see, because n is actually defined. Where is n defined? Oh, iterations is defined up here. Why is it freaking out? Iterations implicitly has any type, so we'll make that a number. Okay, cool. Now this is something that I learned from Tom Schofield. You do n times the delay. So what it does is it just immediately sets them all as timeouts, and then they just execute using the system timer. Okay, start method, they execute the function, it'll go so do 10 times the function dot delay, maybe with delay like this, with delay. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I like that. With delay, and then you can call the start method at any time. Very cool. Look at that. That's great. Okay, making JavaScript great again. Declarations. We're going to build it with a declaration file. Okay, cool. Now, I've got the dist folder hidden here. I'm not sure how I set that up. There we go. Look at that. So let's cat dst index.d.ts. Let's have a look at my typing. Let's have a look at what it looks like. Export declare const do. Takes iterations, returns an object called times that takes a function, and that function can take the iterator. Oh, that's interesting. Or undefined. Okay, and can return anything. Okay, so any and void is the same. With delay, delay number, start, void. Okay, cool. Should have written a test before I wrote it, actually. That's cool. Let's write the test now. So, write a test, and it should be, let's call it index.ts.test. Index.test.ts. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, great. Okay, we're going to do this. So we should import do from index. And I would probably rename these things like, I don't know, you take off the TS, right? Yeah, good. Okay, we now have do in scope. So I can say do iterations 10 times. What do I want to do 10 times? Let's just print something out to the console. So it takes a function. Actually, if I pass in console.log, it should print out the numbers. With delay, 200 milliseconds. Ding. Okay, so const task equals, and then here I can go, first of all, I'm going to print out the task so I can see what it looks like. Don't know what it will print, it'll be interesting. And then next thing I do is I go task.start. It's not even a real test, right? But I just want to see what happens. I mean, does this thing actually work? npm test. No tests found. Okay, so ts jest. Node module bin.tsjest. Sure, I installed tsjest. Maybe I didn't. Tsjest enables you to run your tests directly on the TypeScript. It'll compile them and then it will run. I got tsjest there, yeah. Okay, so node modules, tsjest. What have we got in here? Disk? What's in there? Is there a bin directory? Nope. It's got its own node modules. Not likely to be anything in there. That's cool. Yeah, what even is this? Okay, well, it's trying to find a test that starts with JS, so I've written my test in TypeScript, though. Can I do that? Do I need to write my test in JavaScript? Well, let's just do this. So I can go const do equals require, because I can program in JavaScript or TypeScript, not a big deal. Okay, do that and save it, and then change the name of this file, rename it to index.test.js. Okay, now here I go, npm test, let's run this. Looks like it's running. Cannot find module index from index.test.js. Of course, because it's not compiled. Okay. So I think I do need to run tsjest. Let's hit the internets. tsjest. Okay. How does tsjest work? Preprocessor with source map support. Yep, love it. Cool shaker, preprocessor. Cool. Yep, fantastic. Here's what's missing. Right. Yep, what would be great is a template that puts all this stuff together, and we will make one, and it's not ready yet, and save that, and then run tsjest. Unknown command tsjest. Okay. Coverage, default setup, support synthetic modules, configuration, tsconfig. Okay, don't need to worry about that. Skipping Babel, use cases, React Native, presets, Angular 2, nope, importing packages written in TypeScript, not published, known limitations, all good, all good, all good. Clone, cd tsjest, npm install, npm test, that's how to contribute, which is not what we want to do right now to this thing. Now go back to the top, usage. To use it, import and save these things. Okay, well, let's just try this again, in case I missed something. I certainly don't think I installed the types, at least. So it's going to check what the problem. My package file. I broke it. What did I do wrong? Property expected, so take that out. Okay, good. Okay, that's installing that. Okay, let's go back here. So you install it, you modify this package.json. Yep. tsjest. Okay, source map automatically finds the tsconfig. Cool. Support synthetic modules. I'm not doing that. Configuration. Dun. Okay, there's nothing about actually running it. Now how do I actually run my tsjest? Do I need some kind of runner? I don't think so. Well, let's have a look at Jest itself. Jest, delightful JavaScript testing. Love it. Okay, it's in, so tsjest. Nope, no binary called tsjest. Get started, let's try that. Easy setup, zero configuration testing platform. What about if I just go Jest? What does that do? No, that doesn't work either. Goodness. Yeah, powerful mocking library. It works with TypeScript. Yep, cool. Who's using Jest? Guides, API, matches, setups. npm install. Yep, yarn add. Okay, that's cool. Do this. Add this to your package.json and then run npm test. Okay, let's try it again. We'll try that again. npm test. Jest not found. Come now. Yarn add -dev. Yeah, I definitely installed it. Do I need to install it globally? That doesn't seem right. Okay, save 2 new dependencies. I don't know what's happening there. Let's try this again. npm test. Okay. Nah, I do not know what's going on. Whatever. Do is not a function. Okay, good. I got a failing test. Great. Okay. Const do equals a function. Export const do. Test failed to run. Okay. What if I do test.js now? Okay, still doesn't do it. Let's go into package.json. Let's put it in here. test.jest. Save that. And then go npm test. test.jest not found. Yarn add --dev test.jest. Maybe I missed something when I installed the packages. I don't know. If you're watching at home, saved 1 new dependency. Maybe I ran that, I don't know, before I... Who knows? npm test. Okay. test.jest not found. This is just a big part of programming, is figuring out what's not working. tst.jest not found. Okay, well, we can run it with jest, and then it says that do is not jest my test notify config. Okay, that's cool. Using TypeScript. Yep, done that. Modify this. Yep, done that. Install the tst.jest packages. Maybe I should uninstall jest. Don't know about that. Let's have a look. Module file extensions. Have I got that thing in here? I do. It's cool. Jest. Transform. Okay, so we do this tst.jest preprocessor. Okay, so it should still be called jest. It's cool. And then npm test. Do is not a function. Okay, so let's go into the test, and then in here, oh, I know why. Because of this. Exported it by name. Okay, let's try this. Okay, great. Different error. Magikcraft is not defined. Oh, of course, we need a mock for Magikcraft. How do we get that mock in scope for that? Oh, we'll do it like this. So we're going to go global.magikcraft equals. We'll write a mocking library for this, IO, and we'll give it a set timeout method, and we'll just so make this an object, and then just make that, oh, no, we use ES6 object literal notation like that. Okay, let's try it. Maybe it's called globals. Oh, global, I think. Okay, cool. Okay, start, function, start. Okay, cool, it does, it logs out the task. Okay, great. So now we've got to do a test. So, test. Let's write an actual test now. Test-driven development. I wrote my code before I wrote my test, which is around the wrong way, but whatevs. Okay, so we go test, blah, blah, blah. See, I got my idea for this do from here. Test this, expect this to be that. Okay, so we're going to go test. And then what do we call it? A name? Yep, a name. Okay, do function works. Let's call it that. Okay, function done, because it's going to be asynchronous. Then we're going to go task.start. Okay, so it's going to start the task. And then how are we going to know when to call done? Oh, I should add a callback function to it. Let's go back here. So start should return a function. Yep. Oh, it doesn't return anything. Start should take an optional callback. Optional. And it's an optional callback that does something into the void, right? Yeah. Cannot find name Magikcraft. Suddenly this has stopped working. Goodness. Don't you just love it? I can just hear Corey now saying, you're spending all this time fighting with your type system. TSC, let's see what happens if I run TSC. Okay, it works. Anyway, it must be the, what's this thing called? The IDE, automatic type acquisition. Okay, so start, function, callback, optional. It's a function, it's a void, so we do this. Now, okay. So I guess one way to do it would be like this, right? We know the very last one's going to run at the end. So we could do this. We could go Magikcraft.io.set timeout. And we'll just hard code the very last one, which would mean we would go like this. Now we have to call it a function because we're going to use curlies. We don't have to, but it's good practice. So in iterations times delay. This is the very last one. Maybe it's iterations minus 1 times delay, whatever. That could be a big difference, but anyway, less than iterations, so when it's equal, it'll split, so we should do, so you're going to do it once, yeah, it would be 0 delay, it would happen immediately. Set timeout function, so in here, we call the function, we pass in the total number of iterations, right, minus 1. Maybe we should do n plus 1 in that case. Anyway, whatever. So it'll start from 0. It's going to be 0-based counting. That's good. That's good. Now what we do now is we go, if there's a callback, call it. That's a kind of a standard shorthand here. And okay, trigger final iteration first, so we can set up the callback. And now set up, so set up here. So writing comments about what we did and why, because I'll come back to this even in a few hours and I've forgotten all about this. Set up the iterations with delay. Okay, cool. Save. So it now takes an optional callback parameter. So we're going to start it, and then here's our callback, right? Done. Boom. Yeah, or I could just do this. Done. Great. Okay. It does a console log, so it's a side effect-y kind of thing. Let's see what happens. npm test. Will Jest print? It does. Look at that. It prints out my side effects. Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah. Like, what's that? Okay, from let n equals 0, n's less than the iterations minus 1. So we're doing 10 iterations. Yep. n++. Okay, Magikcraft.io set timeout. Yep. It's a function that's going to do the console log with the n. Starts at 0, goes up. N times delay. What delay did I set? 200 milliseconds times 2 times 3. Let's make it 300 milliseconds. Run that again. I got no idea why that's doing that. Okay, test-driven development. So in the test, we can stop logging out the task. We know it exists. We start it. Oh, I started the task twice. No wonder. Huh. Okay. 9 and 0. Task start done. Okay, I need to log out a little bit more information in here. Okay. Probably someone's watching this video going, "You idiot! This is exactly what it is." Okay, so function iterations minus 1, callback and callback. Okay. Iterations minus 1 times delay. So, okay, that seems like it should be right. For n equals 0 up to iterations minus 1 or less than, okay, go up one at a time and set a timeout. Maybe it's my set timeout mock that I created. That could be a problem. Maybe. Actually, you know what? Is it because of this? Is that what's messing up my typing here? Should save that and then see. No, don't see anything there. Whatever. Okay, there's my mock. Okay, do 10 times console log with delay 300. So we start it and we pass in this function here. Is it running estimated 2 seconds? We're doing it 10 with 300 delay, should be like 3 seconds. So it should be running for longer than this. 3 seconds. Let's go back and have a look. Okay, set up the iteration, the final iteration first, with the callback. And then set up the iterations with delay. You know, we could put this one after those ones. Like here, because that's where it kind of would happen anyway. There we go. I guess the other way we could do it is, could do underscore const underscore function equals, and then we just say if this is the final countdown, no, final iteration, then this is our function. Otherwise, whoops, what did I do there? Yep. Otherwise, our function is this real simple one here, like that. Okay. So, and then we put underscore fn in there. Makes it a bit more terse. Iterations. Parameter initialization is only allowed in a functional constructor. Fn comes in up here. I see. Got to do this. No, like this. That's it. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I don't see how that changes the logic, but let's try it. npm test. Okay, I definitely don't see how that changes the logic, but yeah, it worked. Okay, so it went 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this last one didn't get called, right? So let's have a look. Because I didn't do that. Okay. I don't know why that works and the other one doesn't, but it works. And I'll tell you what, that's just like most of the code that I or anyone else writes. Okay. Moving on. Okay, let's do this. Let's make it into more of a kind of a real sort of test. So instead of doing console log, I'm going to do this. We're going to create a dirty, no, we'll do it inside the scope. Let I equal 0. This is a dirty side effecting. Ding! Right? And what we're going to do in here is we're going to increment that iterator. Okay, and then in here we will expect I to be 9. This should be iterated across. npm test. It's running my test. You can't see it doing anything. One failed. Async callback was not invoked within timeout specified. Okay, so my function here gets called. I didn't change anything in here. Let's just swap this one out for console.log again. Okay, npm test, running, it's doing the console log, and then the async didn't get called again. Okay, ding. Okay, so function, if it's the very last one, then create this function here. I don't know. Let's try this. Could this do it? Sometimes you just try stuff to see what will happen, and then you work out what your theory would be afterwards. So sometimes we're working out the theory ahead of time, sometimes we're working it out afterwards. 10. So iteration is 10. But it's 0 based. But the interface, our API interface here, you're expecting it to do it 10 times. We start from 0. So we're going to count from 0 to 9. So this would be on n is less than iterations 10, so from 0 to 9, yep, which would be iterations minus 1. So in that case, it would be, let's do this, console.log n, iterations. Let's try this. Debugging through inspection with console.log. Actually, you know what? There's like a debugger in Visual Studio Code. I should probably be using that. Whoa. What is this? Weird. Okay, this is not at all what I expected it to do. Oh, I see. Here we go. Okay, so this is the log of the setup. 0, 1, 0, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It goes up to 9. Iterator minus 1. Iterations minus 1. Now here's the execution. Now they start executing, and they go 8 and 8. Okay, that's weird. Let's have a look here. Oh yeah, okay, that should be minus 1. Okay, well we definitely know this is getting called here. Okay. So let's just do this. Console.log callback. Yeah. And then we'll do this. Callback. Okay. And then run my test again. Running the test. Okay, it's going through and it should say callback. Okay. It actually sees the callback, but it doesn't run it. Short circuit evaluation. That's why. No. No, short circuit evaluation means it should actually do that. Okay, let's write it like this. Maybe TypeScript is maybe TypeScript makes that shorthand not work. I don't know. That's my hypothesis, right? If it works this time, that would tend to lend credence to that hypothesis. Callback. Callback did not execute. I got to call done inside this callback. That's why. So, okay, yep, my bad. Function. Someone is watching this video and they've just gone, okay, that's it, I give up, because it was obvious to you, right? Anyway, one of the things I want you to get from this is that this is a process of debugging. That's what a lot of coding is. The other thing about it is that it's basically science, you know? Coding is like just creating scientific experiment after scientific experiment. Okay, async callback was not invoked within the timeout specified. Okay, so you got this callback, it's that function. Did it get called? Oh, we should do done first. and then do that outside. Okay, let's have a look. Asynchronous. Testing asynchronous code. Okay. Test. Yep, you do this. Ta-da. Don't do this. Haha, this is better. Okay, test. Is that how we're doing it? Yeah. Okay, function, done. Okay, that looks kind of cool. Function, callback data, expect it, and then call done. Yep. So we do that. That's our callback function. Function callback, fetch data, callback. So let's make it look kind of like the way they've done it, which is we go here, we say function callback, start callback. NPM test. I don't see how that would make it work, but I'm willing to try anything at this point. Okay, so there's the callback, but that callback doesn't seem to get executed. It console logs it out, yep, and it says if callback, callback. Okay, so let's try this. If type of callback is not equal to undefined, try calling it. It's going to throw an error if you pass it a number. But that's cool. That is cool. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Callback. Okay, let's, and here go console.log, I got called. So this is how we can tell if that's actually been called or not. NPM test. Running. Thanks for hanging out with me while I'm doing this. I got called. It did get called. So the done, that done got called. It didn't get redefined anywhere in scope. Nope, click on it. Yep, it's definitely that done. That done gets called. So what's wrong? Single argument called done, done callback before finishing the test. We are definitely calling it. I got called. Maybe it's this expect that's timing out. I don't know. Then in that case, let's put this to here, right? Maybe my expect is wrong. Let's try it. NPM test. Okay. Running, it passed. Okay, so the problem is actually with this expect statement here. Expect something to be something else. Maybe to equal. Okay, there's no IntelliSense on that. Okay. So assertions, these things are called. Oh, here we go. Expect. Expect to be value. Okay, that should work. Describe. Okay, well, let's do describe on the outside, right? Describe. Oh, so we give it a description. It's called the do method. Yep. Function. Put this inside here. Like this. Save that and run the test again. And in the meantime, let's have a look here. Describe, test. Yep, and then in there, the test has this and then it has that. Okay. But the asynchronous one. I don't know. Start callback. Let's have a look. Callback, function callback inside there, test. So I did test done. Yep, I've done test like this, done. It's got a function inside there. It takes a callback. Oh, the callback takes the data. The callback takes the data into it. Okay. Oh, okay, so let's just take in n at this point, and we'll expect n to equal 9. And we'll go into here, and when we do the callback, we'll call back iterations minus 1, like that. Expected 0 arguments. So here's my definition of callback. It should take I, which is a number. I'll call it n number. Okay, run the test. It's running the test. Yep, that's all working well. Get rid of those console logs soon. Okay, 1 passed, 1 total. Okay, that's weird. I'm not sure what's happening there. It's losing the scope of that I, probably. Not sure. I don't know. Don't have a good hypothesis. Let's get rid of this. Zeta. Go. This one. Go. Save it. Okay. And then here, we're going to go npm test. It's going to run the test. Okay. Oh, I see why. Man. Okay. Huh. Let's do this with a global side effect. That's what I did wrong. Yeah. When I got it working, I didn't get rid of the console log and do the mutation of this thing. So here, we need to go do n times. It's a function, takes a parameter, and then just goes I plus plus, like that. Okay, get rid of that, because we know it gets called, and then we're going to expect I to equal, let's see if this works. Do function works with global mutation. npm test, okay, the first one runs and should complete successfully. Yep, does the console log, I got called, great, the next one is now running, 2 passed, beautiful. Okay, cool. So now we have this this function, and I mean at the end of the day, I actually don't 100% understand now how this function works, because you saw when I started creating it, I had an idea of how I would construct it and how it would work, and I tried running the test, and it actually didn't work. And then I went through this iterative process of, you know, trying to make my test work, and some of the stuff I did to make my test work, I kind of knew what I was doing. Some things I was doing randomly. I now have this code sitting here in the editor that I don't actually 100% understand anymore, but it works. And I can prove that it works because I have a test that proves that it works. And when I come back later and change something, then, you know, I've got a test that can tell me if I broke something. Let's just do it one more here, another test, because I want to see what it looks like if I put my function here. So put, let's call it fn. So const fn equals, it's just a function. It does I plus plus, like that. But this is an interesting shorthand, because what that means is basically this. Same thing. So in here, I can just do this, fn, like that. Do 10 times fn with delay 300. That's what I wanted to achieve, was this fluent, I think it's called fluent chaining, like that. So it creates like a natural language API. Run my test again. That console log test, ugh, disgusting. Okay, second test is running, my third. 3 tests passed. With global mutation and, I don't know, the other one's with inline and inline task, we'll call that. Okay, good. Great. Okay, here it is. So I should now run TSC. Okay, it all built. Initial contact with enemy, that's what I put, haha. Push. Pushing straight to master, git flow in it. Take all of the, there we go, git push. Here we go. Okay, now we're working on the develop branch. Now we're going to go git flow. Oh no, hang on. Here's what we need to do. Actually, to make this a really cool module, we'll go export would you ever want to call it directly? Don't know if you would, but in case you did, const spells equals, ding, and then default do, like that. Run my test to make sure I didn't break anything. Let me write a test for that actually. Do method. Okay, so describe the module and function, and the thing is that it should export test. It exports a spells object. So in here, I'm going to say expect, const, call it underscore R capital module. I think that should be okay. Require index, get the whole thing. Okay, cool. So we should expect module to not to be not. How do I say to not be null? Dot. Not. Rejects, resolves. Okay, it's a promise. To be called with, to be defined, to be falsy, to be truthy. Okay, so we'll just do expect module.spells, right? Yeah. To be truthy. Okay, we'll do that. Let's see what this does. npm test. Okay, run another test here. It exports spells._default. Good. Now, if someone accidentally deletes them, it will no longer pass the tests, right? Expect module.spells._default to be truthy, which means to not be null, or false, or zero. Oh, JavaScript. An inconvenient truthiness. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and tweet it out. An inconvenient truthiness. Okay, good. There we go. Let's run TSC on this thing again. I'm checking the distribution into... Okay, add default export with... No, spells export. Spells export with test. Okay, cool. We can actually make this life easier, so I just add Husky. It's kind of ghetto continuous integration or continuous building. Okay, good. Going to package.json now. And then I go into scripts and I go pre-commit Husky. Ding. Okay. Add those. Say add Husky. Now watch what it does. It'll build. Right? Okay. Ah, that's right. Pre-commit Husky minus p. No, pre-commit tsc minus p tsconfig.json. So when I try to commit now, it's going to build the project and then it'll do the commit. Okay, correct pre-commit. Yes, good. We're now working on develop. Good. Okay, push. Now, I want to update the README, which I should do. An iterator, the way the gods intended to use. In TypeScript. Well, the first thing is you got to install it, right? Yarn add Magikcraft do. In TypeScript, import do from Magikcraft do. And then I say do 10 love it times, and then in here we'll go magic.add in fairness, it's going to do 10 fireballs. Delay, 500 milliseconds, start. Oh, that's great. What a great, do 10 fireballs with a 500 second, with a half second, so it's a 0.5 second, 500 millisecond delay between each one. Great. So in JavaScript, do it like this. Const, I could do var, do equals require, Magikcraft law do, and then you go do, it's exactly the same. 10 times magic.inferno.delay 500.start. It's just the import that differs, and the fact that you're going to get IntelliSense if you use TypeScript. Now, which reminds me, if we go back here, we should do -p and double minus declaration, because we want to update the declaration file. So now if I go here, I'll go npm run pre-commit. Let's run it manually. Okay, good. Yeah, look at that, updated it. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. That's what I was after. Great. Okay, so we go updated readme, update readme, and type declaration. Ding, and then push. Okay, so now we can go git flow release start 1.0.0. Control C, Control V, git flow release finish, merge the release branch, initial release. Okay, and then go npm publish, boom, straight to the npms. Okay, great. Git push, double minus tags, tag release to GitHub, git push, git checkout develop, git push, git status. Okay, it's all clean, and we should now have an npm module, npmjs.com. Let's look for the Magikcraft modules. Yet another Magikcraft module in the wild. Magikcraft law do. Oh, it doesn't have a, what's missing from it that it doesn't have that. Maybe this needs to be, okay, it's there, it's good. I like it. Yeah, the legendary Josh Wolf, great. Cool. Did I spell my name right there? Let's have a look. I've got to change my identity to fit properly. Messed up. Okay. Yeah, where's that come from? Let's have a look. Oh, it might be from here. No, that's not it. Magikcraft, Minecraft, JavaScript. It's in TypeScript as well. Done. What makes this one different from these other ones? Don't know. Whatever. It's there. It's now installable into other projects, and I'll show you how to use it in Minecraft itself, but that's a subject for another video. Thanks for watching. This has been amazing, tremendous, a lot of fun for me. Yeah, I hope you learned something from it. You certainly could by watching it through and paying attention. Even if it's just what a mess software development looks like while it's actually happening. I'm the legendary Josh Wolf, as seen on the internet.